Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Seven Sagas and their game Ars Mechanica, a field manual for the Iron Century. Experience the 30 Years' War through the possibility of waging such a war with titanic walking engines. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. It even comes with solo rules. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia, the card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. Available in 6 languages, they have recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This optional expansion brings so many things to the table, such as character development details, information on the setting, isekai tropes such as the beach trip, the school trip, the romance rules. You also have the solo rules to play this as a solo or cooperative experience without a game master. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. That is, the website will take you to this game. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release of Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am starting a new review series. As I mentioned at the start of this review, Ars Mechanica, the field manual for the Iron Century. This game is all about that. It presents that question: what if the 30 Years' War was actually waged using these huge mechas, machines of destruction? And like I said, it comes with solo rules. Now let's talk about the quality of the PDF. The quality is excellent. Everything is well written, organized, and explained. The document is fully bookmarked. The font is so easy on the eyes, very elegant. The table of contents is hyperlinked. The images are perfectly in tune with the theme, with the situation. So overall, the highest in terms of quality. Now, let's talk about the contents. The introduction is highly complete. First, you have details on how to use this book, but I must warn you, this book is very immersive. It actually feels as if you are reading a manual that was delivered, presented to someone in that particular time and place. This book contains options on how to create your pilot. This is a tabletop RPG, but it is also a complete setting. Your machina customization, that is the mecha that you're going to be using, faction traits, emotional evolution of the characters. In the case of the Game Master, we have the tactical frameworks, faction doctrine, and the AI systems. Also campaign structures. And like I said, there is full support for solo play. You have command protocols that serve to enact a certain artificial intelligence on the battlefield. Following that brief introduction, you have deeper details and more immersive information about this game. Let me present it to you as it is displayed here. From the desk of the Imperial Armament Office, to all commandants, quartermasters, engineering officers, field marshals, and mechanized cavalry captains presently engaged in the prosecution of the continental conflict. In these uncertain and grinding years of war, as the old gods of steel and power give way of steel and powder, give way to new titans of brass, clockwork, and steam, it is the solemn duty of this office to consolidate our scattered innovations into a unified and practical compendium. This manual you now hold was not written in isolation. It is the product of battle-scarred ingenuity, drawn from the shattered fields of Magdeburg, the crimson riverbanks of the Elbe, the smoking ruins of Würzburg, and the broken pass at Torgau. Torgau, right? And I think that's pronounced Würzburg. Machina are no longer speculative curiosities reserved for alchemical demonstrations or the vaults of princely courts. They are now the front line. To walk beside a machina, is to witness the convergence of science and sacrament. It is to see theology and metallurgy braid into something greater than either. This manual has been composed for use at all levels of command, containing tactical principles, schematics, and classifications of known machina patterns, known faults, psychological effects, guidelines, recommendations for solo deployment. The integration of machina into traditional command structures has proven both a boon and a complication. It is expected that each unit assigned a machina will designate one member as field archivist, whose duty is to annotate this manual with in situ updates, adapted to local terrain, and note experimental anomalies. Those officers fortunate enough to command more than one machina are urged to study the principles of mechanical synergy. You also have details on the application. This document is practical, not only thematical. It is constantly interspersing the immersive setting, but also how to play this game. You could consider it instructional reading, but also a complete field reference. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to talk about the alternate history of the 30 Years' War. This game is very sophisticated. It presents an imaginative vision, something that perhaps could be only considered speculation. But there is great, like I said, elegance and sophistication in how things are presented. And I even struggled a bit with the terminology because it is completely focused on that context, that time and place. I can't wait to tell you all about the rest of this book. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master, and remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.